Hi, I'm Shane, and this is Pebble-Ology. I want to try something new today. I've had requests from people that they want to hear more of a narration, a little more detailed explanation on my process of how I create these stone spheres. I want to take you through my process, starting out from this rough cut all the way to a finished product. So let's get started. This stone right here is it's kind of a mystery stone. I found it out at in Utah at the Dugway Geodes. So if any of you are geologists or just know the stones out there, please leave a comment and let us all know. Otherwise, it's very much like obsidian. It has a glass-like structure, and cutting it. This is my first step. I use a wet saw or a tile saw to cut the stone into a preform or a blank, which is going to be used later for my sphere machine, which I'll talk about later. But I try to cut it to the size of my machine's capabilities, which is around 3 inches, give or take. Some stones a little smaller, some a little bigger. But this stone took me about, I want to say 20 minutes or so until I got it to this stage right here. So this next step in my process is the grinding phase. This is my sphere machine. If you have any questions about it, feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to address it later. I will go into detail in a different video of this little homemade machine. But right now, so what I do is I take the preform and I place it in the machine, and I use these cups, these grinding cups. They have these diamond studded beads in a ring inside each cup, and these diamond beads, they're pretty aggressive. I mostly just use them for a little softer stones. The harder stones like quartz or something like that, I don't use this because it doesn't make much of a difference. So after grinding for about 8 to 10 hours, this stone was finished. But I noticed that there were a lot of grooves in it. This stone definitely has a lot of some parts are soft and some parts are hard, so it's not that consistent. So it left these grooves. So on this next phase, I use a 50 grit polishing pad, and that's really good for this next phase. Sometimes for the harder stones, I will use these pads for my first grind phase, because the more aggressive diamond stones just doesn't it doesn't grind very symmetrically, and so I'll use this process. It's a little more forgiving. So it'll go through this first phase until I will put it in here for about an hour or two, and that usually does the trick. That usually gets it to where it's all uniform and ready for the actual polishing phase. Now that it's been sitting in the machine for a while, spinning, it's polished to a good uniform, ready for the actual polishing process. So I inspect it and see that it's good. I change out my pads. Now these pads are, I believe they're a 100 grit pad. So I'll place the preform inside the machine and put tension on it. That's what the rubber bands are for to try to give it an even tension on all three sides. And so I will polish this process for about an hour. Now that it's been polishing for an hour, I turn off the machine and go ahead and inspect it. And if everything checks out, which it does, I go to the next step. And this next step, I change out the pads again, and this is a 400 grit. Sometimes with softer stones, I will typically skip this step, but I noticed that when I had done another one, it left grind, well, a lot of scratches and grind marks. So I thought that I would do a closer, a tighter step, step by step. Instead of jumping from a 100 to a 800, I decided to use a 400 in between to get a better polish. Now that I see that everything's good after this phase, I'll jump to the next one, and these pads I switch out for, these ones are 800 grit, and you can see the stone now, it's a little more of a waxy finish, but still, it's each step it gets more and more polished to a shine. So yeah, pay attention to that until eventually you'll see it where it'll have a mirror-like finish. Okay, so this next phase I switched out the pads and I'm using a 1500 grit pad, and I will put this in the machine for another hour. Usually all the actual polishing part of the process are about an hour in the machine. The grind phase can take anywhere from like 8 hours to sometimes a couple days. As you see, this machine doesn't run at a very high RPM, so it's a bit slow. So, but the polishing process is about an hour each. So I switch out the pads, and this is the last go around. You can see the spheres getting more and more shiny each time. It's still not quite that mirror polish look, but it's getting very close. So these pads are 3000 grit, and I will leave the stone on the machine for an hour, and it looks great when it comes out. So I'll let this set for an hour, and I'll come right back. Alright, now that it's been in the machine for an hour, you can see it's very shiny. It is wet right now, which makes it look a lot more shiny than what it really is, but I'll take it and take some photos of it. Okay, here we have the final product. Has nice orange coloring, has a little bit of what looks like granite in it, even though I'm pretty sure it's not. It's got this orangey brown, maybe kind of a rust color mixed in. Really nice. Turned out really nice. The polish came out really nice. Not quite as shiny as what I'd hoped, but it still looks great. This will be a good piece, a good display piece if someone wants. But there we go. That's the process. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.